Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering if you'll ever feel the sweet embrace of deep sleep again? You're not alone. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 50% of adults over 60 report sleep problems. But what if I told you that the solution might be sitting right in your kitchen? Welcome, dear friends, to 7 Foods to Sleep Like Never Before. I'm Dr. Jessica, and today, I'm going to share with you the secret foods that can transform your nights from restless to restful. These aren't exotic ingredients that require special trips to fancy health stores. No, these are everyday foods with extraordinary powers to help you sleep better than you have in decades. Imagine falling asleep within minutes of your head hitting the pillow. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, not reaching for that third cup of coffee just to make it to lunchtime. That's not just a dream. It can be your reality, starting tonight. Before we dive in, let me ask you, how much is a good night's sleep worth to you? Because the solutions we're discussing today don't require expensive pills or complicated therapies. They're natural, delicious, and might already be in your pantry. So, get comfortable, perhaps with a warm cup of herbal tea, which, by the way, is a wonderful sleep aid that we'll discuss. And let's discover how to sleep like you never have before. Your journey to restorative sleep begins now. Why sleep matters, especially for seniors. As we age, our sleep patterns naturally change. You might notice you wake up earlier, take longer to fall asleep, or wake up more frequently during the night. These changes are normal, but that doesn't mean you should accept poor sleep as an inevitable part of aging. Quality sleep is the foundation of good health at any age, but it becomes even more crucial in our golden years. Here's why. During deep sleep, your brain clears away waste proteins that can lead to cognitive decline. Think of sleep as your brain's cleaning service. Studies show that consistent poor sleep can increase the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Physical recovery. While you sleep, your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens your immune system. This regenerative process becomes more important as we age, and our bodies need more time to recover and heal. Emotional well-being. Poor sleep is directly linked to increased irritability, depression, and anxiety. When you sleep well, you're more likely to enjoy your days and maintain a positive outlook on life. Reduced fall risk. Being well rested improves balance, coordination, and reaction time, all critical factors in preventing falls, which are a major concern for seniors. Chronic sleep problems are associated with increased blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke, conditions that already pose higher risks as we age. Many older adults turn to sleep medications out of desperation. While these may provide temporary relief, they often come with concerning side effects like daytime drowsiness, confusion, and even an increased fall risk, the very things we're trying to avoid. That's where the natural approach comes in. The foods we'll discuss today work with your body's own rhythms and chemistry to promote natural restorative sleep without the harsh side effects of medications. I know from personal experience how debilitating poor sleep can be. My mother struggled with insomnia for years after retiring. She tried everything: expensive mattresses, sound machines, even prescription medications that left her feeling foggy the next day. It wasn't until she made some simple dietary changes, many of which I'll share with you today, that she finally started sleeping through the night again. The transformation in her energy and outlook was remarkable. That's the power of natural sleep solutions. They don't just help you sleep, they help you thrive. Now, let's explore how food affects your sleep and why what you eat matters just as much as when you eat it. The science of food and sleep. Before we dive into our magnificent 7 sleep-promoting foods, let's understand how what we eat affects how we sleep. Your body operates on complex chemical processes, and certain nutrients can either help or hinder your journey to dreamland. Think of your diet as the fuel for your sleep engine. The right fuel makes everything run smoothly. Key sleep-regulating compounds. Melatonin, often called the sleep hormone. Melatonin regulates your body's sleep-wake cycle. Your body produces it naturally when darkness falls, signaling it's time to sleep. Some foods contain small amounts of melatonin or help your body produce more of it. Tryptophan, you might remember feeling sleepy after Thanksgiving dinner. That's partly thanks to tryptophan, an amino acid found in turkey and many other foods. Your body uses tryptophan to make serotonin, which then converts to melatonin. Magnesium. This mineral acts as a natural relaxant, helping to deactivate adrenaline and ease your nervous system into sleep mode. Many seniors are deficient in magnesium, which can contribute to sleep problems. Calcium. Working hand in hand with magnesium, calcium helps your brain use tryptophan to produce melatonin. It also helps regulate muscle movements during sleep. Complex carbohydrates. These help tryptophan enter your brain by triggering insulin production, which removes competing amino acids from your bloodstream. B vitamins. These vitamins help regulate your body's use of tryptophan and production of sleep hormones. Timing matters. When you eat is almost as important as what you eat. Eating a heavy meal right before bedtime forces your digestive system to work overtime when it should be slowing down. On the other hand, going to bed hungry can keep you awake as your body signals for food. The ideal approach? Consume your larger meals earlier in the day, and if you need a bedtime snack, keep it light. Combining some of the sleep-promoting foods we'll discuss. What to avoid. Certain foods and drinks act as sleep saboteurs. Caffeine, coffee, black tea, cola, and chocolate contain caffeine that can stay in your system for up to 12 hours. As we age, our bodies process caffeine more slowly, so that afternoon cup of coffee might affect you more now than it did years ago. Alcohol. While a nightcap might help you fall asleep initially, alcohol disrupts your sleep cycle, preventing you from reaching the deeper restorative stages of sleep. Spicy and acidic foods. These can cause heartburn or acid reflux, especially when you lie down, making it difficult to fall and stay asleep. That cookie before bed might satisfy your sweet tooth, but the subsequent blood sugar spike and crash can wake you up in the middle of the night. Now that we understand the science, let's get to the good part. The 7 wonderful foods that can transform your sleep quality and how to incorporate them into your daily routine. Food number 1, tart cherries, nature's sleep elixir. Let's begin our journey with what I call nature's sleep elixir, tart cherries. Not the sweet cherries you might enjoy as a summer treat, but their Tangier cousins, Montmorency or sour cherries. Why tart cherries? Work tart cherries are one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. But that's not all. They also contain compounds that prevent the breakdown of tryptophan, helping it stay in your system longer to promote sleep. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that adults who drank tart cherry juice twice a day for 2 weeks reported significant improvements in sleep duration and quality compared to those who received a placebo. Participants slept an average of 84 more minutes per night. Imagine what you could do with an extra hour and a half of sleep. How to include tart cherries in your diet. Tart cherry juice. This is the most studied form and likely the most effective. Look for 100% tart cherry juice with no added sugars. 1 cup, about 8 ounces, in the morning, and another 1 to 2 hours before bedtime is ideal. Now, tart cherry juice does contain natural sugars, so if you're watching your blood sugar levels, consider these alternatives. Frozen tart cherries. Add half a cup to your evening yogurt or oatmeal. They're available year-round in most grocery store freezer sections. Dried tart cherries. A small handful, about 1/4 cup, makes a perfect afternoon snack. Pair them with a few nuts for protein. Tart cherry extract. Available in supplement form, these capsules can be a good option if you don't enjoy the taste of cherries or need to avoid the natural sugars. Follow the dosage instructions on the package. My friend Martha, who's 78, had been struggling with sleep for years. She started drinking tart cherry juice about a month ago, just 4 ounces in the morning and 4 ounces before bed. Last week, she called me, absolutely thrilled. For the first time in decades, she said, I slept through the night without waking up once. She now keeps tart cherry juice in her refrigerator at all times and calls it her liquid gold. Pro tip: if you find tart cherry juice too sour, mix it with a splash of apple juice or add it to a smoothie with banana and a touch of honey. Remember, consistency is key. Tart cherries work best when consumed regularly, not just on nights when you're having trouble sleeping. Now, let's move on to our second sleep-promoting superstar, a humble nut that packs a powerful sleep punch. Food number 2, walnuts, the brain-shaped sleep enhancer. It's fascinating how nature sometimes gives us clues about a food's benefits through its appearance. Walnuts, with their brain-like shape, are indeed beneficial for brain health, and they're extraordinary sleep promoters too. Why walnuts work? Walnuts are one of the best food sources of melatonin, containing more than many fruits. They're also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which your body converts to DHA. DHA has been shown to increase serotonin production, helping you feel calm and relaxed. Additionally, walnuts provide magnesium, a mineral that many seniors are deficient in. Magnesium acts as a natural relaxant and can help reduce the time it takes to fall asleep. A study from the University of Texas found that consuming walnuts regularly was associated with better sleep quality and fewer sleep disturbances. Participants who ate walnuts reported falling asleep faster and waking up feeling more rested. How to include walnuts in your diet. The sleep benefits of walnuts come from eating them regularly, not just before bedtime. Here's how to incorporate them. Evening snack. About 7 walnuts, approximately 1 ounce, makes a perfect bedtime snack. Pair them with a small piece of fruit for added sleep benefits. Add on, sprinkle chopped walnuts on your evening salad or roasted vegetables. They add a delightful crunch and nutty flavor. Walnut butter. If chewing nuts is difficult, try walnut butter spread on a small piece of whole grain toast as an evening snack. A word of caution: walnuts are high in calories, so stick to the recommended portion size of about 7 whole walnuts, 1 ounce, per day. Quality matters too. Choose raw or lightly toasted walnuts without added oils or salt. I have to share this story. My neighbor Harold, who's in his mid-70s, was skeptical when I suggested he try walnuts for his lifelong sleep problems. Nuts are nuts, he said, but being a good sport, he started eating 7 walnuts every evening while watching the news. After about 2 weeks, he came over with a bag of walnuts for me as a thank you gift. He's been sleeping better than he has in years and now calls them his bedtime buddies. Pro tip: store walnuts in the refrigerator or freezer to prevent their healthy oils from going rancid. Their shelf life in the pantry is only about a month, but they'll last up to a year in the freezer. Now, let's move on to our third sleep champion, a creamy delight that does wonders for your nights. Food number 3, kiwi fruit, the surprising sleep promoter. Our next sleep-promoting food might surprise you. It's not traditionally associated with sleep, but research has shown remarkable results. I'm talking about the fuzzy little kiwi fruit. Why kiwi works. Kiwis may be small, but they're mighty when it comes to sleep benefits. They're packed with serotonin, a brain chemical that helps regulate your sleep cycle. They also contain a significant amount of antioxidants and vitamin C, which reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, both factors that can interfere with sleep. What's truly impressive is the research behind kiwi's sleep benefits. A study from Taiwan's Taipei Medical University found that people who ate 2 kiwi fruits 1 hour before bedtime fell asleep 35% faster and slept 13% longer. They also reported a 42% improvement in their ability to sleep through the night without waking. These are remarkable results for such a simple intervention. How to include kiwi in your diet. For optimal sleep benefits, timing is important with kiwi. Before bed, eat 2 medium kiwi fruits about 1 hour before bedtime, as was done in the research study. Easy preparation. Simply cut the kiwi in half and scoop out the flesh with a spoon. No need to peel them, though if you prefer peeled kiwi, that works too. Kiwi combinations. For an extra sleep boost, combine kiwi with other sleep-promoting foods. A small bowl of sliced kiwi with a tablespoon of walnut pieces creates a powerful sleep-promoting synergy. I want to share something personal with you. My sister, who's 68, has been dealing with sleep issues ever since her retirement 5 years ago. She tried the kiwi method somewhat reluctantly. She'd never been a big fan of the fruit. But the results were so dramatic that she now keeps a steady supply of kiwis ripening on her countertop. They work better than any sleep aid I've ever tried, she told me, and they taste a lot better too. Pro tip: to know if a kiwi is ripe, give it a gentle squeeze. It should yield slightly to pressure but not be mushy. To speed up ripening, place kiwis in a paper bag with an apple or banana. If you're taking blood-thinning medications, check with your doctor before adding kiwi to your daily routine, as their high vitamin K content might interact with certain medications. Now, let's move on to our 4th sleep-enhancing food, something many of us already enjoy, but might not realize can help us sleep better. Food number 4, fatty fish. Omega-3s for deeper sleep. Our 4th sleep superstar comes from the sea. Fatty fish, like salmon, tuna, trout, and mackerel, offer sleep benefits that might explain why coastal populations often report better sleep quality. Why fatty fish works. Fatty fish is one of the best dietary sources of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, and EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid. These nutrients play crucial roles in sleep regulation. Vitamin D. Many seniors are deficient in vitamin D, and research suggests this deficiency is linked to sleep disturbances. Vitamin D helps regulate the production of melatonin, your body's sleep hormone. Omega-3 fatty acids. These reduce inflammation and increase production of serotonin, which helps regulate sleep. DHA specifically has been linked to better sleep quality and increased melatonin levels. A fascinating study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that people who ate salmon 3 times a week fell asleep faster and reported better daytime functioning compared to those who ate chicken, beef, or pork as their protein source. The researchers attributed this to the combination of vitamin D and omega-3s in the salmon. How to include fatty fish in your diet. For optimal sleep benefits, aim to include fatty fish in your diet 2 to 3 times per week. Here's how. Dinner choice. Have fatty fish as your protein for dinner at least twice a week. Baked salmon with a side of steamed vegetables makes a perfect sleep-promoting evening meal. If you prefer not to cook fish for dinner, include it in your lunch instead. The omega-3s and vitamin D will still benefit your sleep cycle. Canned alternatives. If fresh fish isn't always accessible or convenient, canned salmon or tuna, packed in water, not oil, are excellent alternatives that still provide omega-3 benefits. I have to tell you about my brother-in-law, Frank. He never had trouble falling asleep, but he would wake up at 2 a.m. like clockwork and couldn't get back to sleep. After learning about the sleep benefits of fatty fish, he started having salmon for dinner twice a week. Within a month, those middle-of-the-night awakenings became much less frequent. Now, he calls salmon his sleep insurance. Pro tip: if you're concerned about mercury in fish, focus on smaller fish like sardines, which are lower on the food chain and accumulate less mercury while still being rich in omega-3s. Alternative: if you don't eat fish, consider talking to your doctor about a high-quality fish oil supplement. Look for one that specifies the amounts of EPA and DHA, not just total omega-3s. Now, let's swim away from the sea and move to our 5th sleep-promoting food, a versatile grain that's been helping people sleep for centuries. Food number 5, oatmeal, the comforting sleep inducer. Our fifth sleep-promoting food brings comfort in every bite. Oatmeal, a breakfast staple for many, might actually be better suited as an evening meal when it comes to improving sleep. Why oatmeal works. Oatmeal creates the perfect storm of sleep-promoting nutrients and effects. Complex carbohydrates. Oats contain complex carbs that trigger insulin production, which helps tryptophan enter your brain, where it's converted to serotonin and then melatonin. Melatonin content. Oats naturally contain small amounts of melatonin, adding to their sleep-promoting powers. Magnesium and B vitamins. Oats provide these key nutrients that help your body produce and use sleep-regulating hormones. Blood sugar stabilization. Unlike sugary snacks that cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, oatmeal helps maintain stable blood sugar levels throughout the night, preventing middle-of-the-night awakenings caused by blood sugar dips. A study from Columbia University found that higher glycemic index carbohydrates, like those in oatmeal, eaten 4 hours before bedtime, helped people fall asleep significantly faster. Researchers believe this is because these foods increase the ratio of tryptophan available to the brain. How to include oatmeal in your diet. While many people think of oatmeal as exclusively breakfast food, it makes an excellent evening snack for sleep promotion. Evening snack. Have a small bowl of oatmeal, about half a cup of cooked oats, 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Sleep-boosting additions. For extra sleep benefits, top your evening oatmeal with chopped walnuts and sliced banana, which we'll discuss as our next sleep food. Avoid adding too much sugar, as this can counteract some of the sleep benefits. Overnight oats. If you prefer cold oats, prepare overnight oats with rolled oats, a splash of milk or milk alternative, and a teaspoon of honey. Let it sit in the refrigerator during the day and enjoy it as an evening snack. I have a lovely story about oatmeal's sleep benefits. My friend Eleanor, who's 81, had been having terrible insomnia since her husband passed away 2 years ago. Instead of reaching for sleep medication, her doctor suggested a small bowl of oatmeal with warm milk before bed. It seemed too simple to work, but she gave it a try. "It's like a warm hug from the inside," she told me. "I don't know if it's the oatmeal or the comforting ritual, but I'm sleeping better than I have in years." Pro tip: choose steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats rather than instant varieties, which are more processed and have a higher glycemic index. The slower digesting varieties provide more sustained benefits for sleep. Now, let's move on to our sixth sleep-promoting food, a humble fruit that's been called nature's sleeping pill. Food number 6, bananas, nature's sleeping pills. Our sixth sleep superstar is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. The humble banana, often grabbed for quick energy, is actually one of nature's most perfect sleep-promoting foods. Why bananas work? Bananas contain an impressive array of sleep-regulating nutrients, magnesium and potassium. These minerals work together as natural muscle relaxants, helping to prevent night cramps and promote physical relaxation. Vitamin B6. This vitamin helps convert tryptophan to serotonin, enhancing your body's natural sleep cycle. Tryptophan. Bananas themselves contain this amino acid that's crucial for sleep. Carbohydrates. Like oatmeal, the carbs in bananas help tryptophan enter your brain more easily. What makes bananas particularly effective is this perfect combination of sleep-promoting nutrients, all wrapped in one convenient package. Research from the University of New England found that potassium and magnesium deficiencies are strongly associated with poor sleep quality and increased nighttime awakenings, both nutrients that bananas provide in abundance. How to include bananas in your diet. Bananas are versatile and can be included in your diet in several ways for sleep benefits. Evening snack. Enjoy a whole banana about an hour before bedtime. For enhanced effects, pair it with a small smear of almond or peanut butter, which adds protein to slow digestion and provides sustained benefits throughout the night. Banana tea. This might sound unusual, but banana tea is a traditional remedy for insomnia in many cultures. Wash an organic banana, cut off both ends, keep the peel on, cut it in half, and boil it in water for 10 minutes. The resulting tea contains magnesium and potassium that have leached into the water. Add a touch of cinnamon or honey, if desired. Frozen banana. Ice cream. For a sleep-promoting dessert, blend a frozen banana until it reaches an ice cream-like consistency. Top with a sprinkle of walnuts for additional sleep benefits. I must share this story. My cousin Richard, who's 73, had been having terrible leg cramps at night that would wake him up and keep him from getting back to sleep. His doctor suggested eating a banana every evening. He was skeptical, but willing to try anything. After about a week, the leg cramps disappeared completely. Who would have thought that something as simple as a banana could make such a difference? He told me recently. Now he makes sure to include a banana in his evening routine, and he hasn't had a leg cramp in months. Pro tip: choose bananas with some brown spots for sleep benefits. As bananas ripen, their starches convert to sugars, making them easier to digest before bed. However, they also become slightly higher in sugar, so those with blood sugar concerns should opt for bananas that are just barely ripe, yellow, with a touch of green at the stems. Now, let's move on to our 7th and final sleep-promoting food, a warm, comforting beverage that has been lulling people to sleep for generations. Food number 7, warm milk with honey, the classic sleep promoter. Our final sleep-promoting food is actually a beverage. The classic combination of warm milk with honey. This traditional remedy has been passed down through generations, and modern science is now confirming what our grandparents always knew. Why warm milk with honey works. This time-honored combination works through multiple sleep-promoting mechanisms. Tryptophan. Milk contains tryptophan, which your body converts to sleep-inducing serotonin and melatonin. Calcium. Milk is rich in calcium, which helps your brain use tryptophan to manufacture melatonin. Psychological association. For many people, warm milk creates a powerful psychological association with bedtime and comfort from childhood, triggering a relaxation response. Glucose effect. The small amount of honey provides glucose, which signals your brain to turn off orexin, a neurotransmitter that's linked to alertness. A study published in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition found that milk consumption was associated with longer sleep duration and better sleep efficiency. The researchers noted that the combination of protein and carbohydrates in milk with honey creates optimal conditions for tryptophan to reach the brain. How to include warm milk with honey in your diet. This remedy is simple but effective when prepared properly. Basic recipe: warm 8 ounces of milk until it's comfortably warm but not boiling. Excessive heat can destroy some of the beneficial proteins. Add 1 teaspoon of natural honey and stir well. Drink 30 minutes before bedtime. Enhanced version: for additional sleep benefits, add a pinch of nutmeg or cinnamon, both of which have their own mild sedative effects. Milk alternatives. If you're lactose intolerant or don't consume dairy, try almond milk or oat milk instead. While they don't contain the same proteins as cow's milk, they can still be effective, especially when combined with honey and when they're part of a consistent bedtime routine. This remedy brings back such fond memories for me. My grandmother would make warm milk with honey for us whenever we couldn't sleep as children. Years later, when she was in her 90s and having trouble sleeping, I reminded her of her own remedy and started bringing it to her in the evenings. She would smile and say, "Sometimes we forget the simple wisdom we've known all along." It helped her sleep peacefully in her final years, just as it had helped us as children. If you find plain milk and honey too simple, try golden milk, warm milk with honey, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, which has anti-inflammatory properties that may enhance sleep quality, particularly for those with joint pain that worsens at night. Now that we've covered all 7 sleep-promoting foods, let's talk about how to combine them for maximum benefit. Putting it all together, creating your sleep-promoting meal plan. Now that you know the 7 foods that can transform your sleep, the question becomes, how do you incorporate them into your daily life in a practical way? Let's create a simple, flexible plan that you can adapt to your preferences and lifestyle. Sample sleep-promoting day. Here's what a day featuring our sleep-promoting foods might look like. Breakfast. A small glass of tart cherry juice, 4 ounces. Oatmeal topped with sliced banana and chopped walnuts. A cup of herbal tea or coffee. If you drink caffeine, morning is the time for it. Lunch. Salmon salad sandwich on whole grain bread. Fresh fruit of your choice. Water or non-caffeinated beverage. Afternoon snack, around 3 to 4 p.m. A small handful of walnuts and dried tart cherries. Herbal tea. Dinner, at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. If it's a fish night, baked trout with roasted vegetables. If it's not a fish night, lean protein of your choice with plenty of vegetables. Evening snack, 1 hour before bedtime. 2 kiwi fruits, sliced, or a small bowl of oatmeal with banana slices, or warm milk with honey and a pinch of cinnamon. Remember, you don't need to include all 7 foods every day. Even incorporating 2 to 3 of these foods regularly can make a noticeable difference in your sleep quality. The key is consistency. These foods work best when they become part of your regular routine, not just something you try once when you're having trouble sleeping. Creating your personal sleep food plan. Consider these factors when developing your own sleep-promoting food plan. Personal preferences. Focus first on the sleep-promoting foods you genuinely enjoy. Even the healthiest food won't help if you dread eating it. Medical considerations. If you have diabetes, focus on the lower sugar options like fatty fish and walnuts. If you take medications, check with your healthcare provider about potential food interactions. Pay attention to when you eat, not just what you eat. Large meals close to bedtime can disrupt sleep regardless of what foods they contain. Hydration balance. Stay well hydrated throughout the day, but taper off in the evening to minimize nighttime bathroom trips. I want to emphasize something important. While these foods can significantly improve your sleep, they work best as part of a comprehensive sleep strategy. That means also paying attention to maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a cool, dark, quiet sleep environment, limiting screen time before bed, getting regular physical activity, but not too close to bedtime, managing stress through relaxation techniques. Think of good sleep as a 3-legged stool supported by nutrition, environment, and behavior. We're focusing on nutrition today, but all 3 components matter. Now, let's address some common questions you might have about using food to improve your sleep. Frequently asked questions. As I've shared this information with other seniors, certain questions come up frequently. Let's address some of them now. How long will it take to see results? Some people notice improvements after just a few days, particularly with tart cherry juice and kiwi fruit. For others, it may take 2 to 3 weeks of consistent implementation to see significant changes. Your body needs time to respond to these nutritional adjustments, so be patient and consistent. Can I take supplements instead of eating these foods? While supplements containing melatonin, magnesium, or tryptophan are available, research suggests that whole foods are generally more effective. Foods contain complex combinations of nutrients that work synergistically in ways that isolated supplements often can't replicate. If swallowing or digestion is an issue, consider smoothies or purees that incorporate these foods. What if I have dietary restrictions? If you're diabetic, focus on the lower sugar options like fatty fish, walnuts, and consider smaller portions of the fruits. Lactose intolerant, replace dairy milk with almond milk or another plant-based alternative in the warm milk remedy. Allergic to nuts, skip the walnuts and focus on the other 6 foods. On a restricted diet, consult with your healthcare provider about how to safely incorporate these sleep-promoting foods. What if I wake up in the middle of the night? Can I eat something then? If you wake up and can't fall back asleep after 20 minutes, a small snack of complex carbohydrates with a little protein can sometimes help, like a few whole grain crackers with a small piece of cheese. However, regularly eating in the middle of the night can train your body to wake up for food, so this should be an occasional strategy, not a nightly habit. Can these foods help with specific sleep problems, like sleep apnea? While these foods can improve overall sleep quality, they're not a replacement for medical treatment of conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or other diagnosed sleep disorders. Use them as a complement to, not a replacement for, medical advice. I understand that sleep problems can be frustrating and even frightening sometimes. When you've been staring at, we've journeyed together through these 7 remarkable foods that can transform your sleep quality, and by extension, your entire life. Remember, good sleep isn't a luxury. It's essential to your health, happiness, and vitality in these golden years. Before we part ways today, I want you to make a promise, not to me, but to yourself. Promise that tonight you'll try at least one of these sleep-promoting foods, whether it's enjoying 2 kiwi fruits before bed, sipping on tart cherry juice, or rediscovering the comfort of warm milk with honey. Take that first step. Quality sleep awaits you. The wisdom of natural foods combined with the science of sleep offers a path to more restful nights and more vibrant days. And isn't that what our golden years should be about? Not just adding years to life, but adding life to years. If you found this information valuable, I would be deeply grateful if you'd hit that subscribe button right now to join our Golden Years Wisdom family. We're on this journey together, discovering how to make these precious years truly golden. And don't keep this wisdom to yourself. Share this video with a friend or loved one who might be struggling with sleep. You never know whose life you might change with just one click. Tomorrow, we'll explore another essential aspect of thriving in your golden years, as we do every single day on this channel. From nutrition secrets to memory-boosting techniques, from joint pain solutions to finding purpose and joy, we cover it all here at Golden Years Wisdom. Sleep well tonight, my friends. Remember, it's never too late to improve your health and reclaim the restful sleep you deserve. This is your name from Golden Years Wisdom, where every day brings new insights for your best life after 60. Until tomorrow, sweet dreams and golden memories to you all.